All right, next we have Mark Palaciano.
I'm glad I wrote this speech out. All right. Thank you to everyone who showed up. The support is overwhelming. Okay, Frisco City Council, take a look at this room full of concerned citizens. These are the people you represent, and they're here to tell you there's a big problem that needs your attention. A lot of Frisco residents have reached out to me over the last 2 weeks since I spoke here. They want you to answer questions about why some of the mayor's biggest donors are Indians that don't live in Frisco. Is it because the mayor's real estate business, or is he being bought out to ignore an Indian takeover? Why are people with multiple H-1B companies registered to one address donating to Frisco's first Indian mayor? We know Fortune 100 companies are employing foreigners on H-1B visas, but why are Indians in Frisco opening up their own businesses tied to H-1B? It's not a coincidence that Frisco's Indian population exploded 4,510%, and there's potential visa fraud here. Bert, that was a nice speech. If you truly cared about me, you would have helped me when I told you face to face that I was a whistleblower exposing a company that's doing business in Frisco. Why did you run for Congress on closing immigration loopholes while completely wanting to ignore the H-1B loophole that has exploded Frisco's Indian population? You stated it in your speech. The Indian population is 1.6% of America, but it's 33% of Frisco. You proved the point for me. Doesn't that seem odd? For me, it's more than the Indian takeover that's a big deal. I'm here to expose tyranny in Texas, and the Indian takeover is just one puzzle piece to the big puzzle that's destroying Texas and America from within. Frisco City Council, T-Mobile, and the PGA all know they've colluded to silence a whistleblower. Corporations own Frisco. Corporations own our elected officials. We're living in the United States of corporations where the Constitution doesn't matter because the people who took an oath to the Constitution are bought and paid for. Mayor Cheney, I've heard from a lot of real estate agents that they have concerns with you owning one of the largest real estate firms in Frisco. You may not be doing anything illegal, but a lot of people think you're shady and using your leadership position to benefit your bank account. Bert, you told Dallas Express that H-1B fraud isn't your problem. It's a federal problem. Well, now Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has opened up investigations into H-1B fraud. Can we expect you to ask Ken Paxton to investigate your donors? People in Frisco better wake up. Soon enough, your entire city council can be Indian with how fast the population has grown, and they're showing up to the voting polls. In 2023, the city of Frisco recognized T-Mobile USA as the biggest private sector employer in the city. Since then, T-Mobile has laid off thousands of Americans across the country and hundreds out of that Frisco office, and I'm one. It's the whole reason I speak here. T-Mobile is currently laying off employees all over America, and nobody in the news is talking about it because they're being protected from being exposed. And now, as of late 2025, T-Mobile USA opened a global technology hub in Hyderabad, India that employs thousands of Indians while they're laying off Texans and Americans. They've even sent Americans to go train these Indians in India. T-Mobile USA could have easily opened up this technology hub in the United States of America, and they could have ran it out of one of the 2 Frisco offices on Warren Parkway. On top of that, T-Mobile spent $81.5 million on salaries for H-1B employees in the United States in 2025, all salaries that could have went to Americans. Is it a coincidence that T-Mobile has a new Indian CEO as of November last year? Probably not. And let me remind everyone of what I've exposed to the Frisco City Council about T-Mobile as a whistleblower. T-Mobile violated the United States Constitution by censoring customer text messages during COVID. T-Mobile discriminates against white Christian men with diversity, equity, and inclusion. T-Mobile pushed the transgender agenda onto their employees and even funded programs promoting the LGBTQ agenda to children. T-Mobile discriminated against Texans for being unvaccinated, and they coerced and bullied Americans into getting unvaccinated. T-Mobile has had me censored and shadow banned on social media for speaking up, and they even weaponized the Texas judiciary system to come after me. To my fellow Texans, we have a big problem, and we have to stay on top of these problems and not let them go away. I recommend people start showing up to their local city councils and speaking up and demanding the leadership pay attention. You can expect me to continue speaking up at local city council meetings, and I'll be speaking at more than just Frisco. Thanks again to all the Texans who showed up to support me. It's not easy being a whistleblower speaking up.
Okay, now we are going to get to our